Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day this video finds you. It's your boy Jay here, and today we're going to be going over Swich Axe builds for you to consider heading into Sunbreak. Alright? Disclaimer, I'm a little bit sick, so if I sound a little funky, that's okay. And if I start coughing and stuff, I'll probably cut it, but if you see a little jump cut, that's why, okay? I got 2 cough drops in the mouth right now. I got the Vicks Vapor Rub going on, you know what I'm saying? So I should be straight. However, if you see a cut, just know what's up, alright? Anyway, we talking about Swich Axe builds. We're gonna to consider heading into Sunbreak, alright? And let's just jump right in. Let's just get it started right now. Oh, don't forget to subscribe on your way out and like and comment down below if you like the builds or if there's something you would do differently, because that's, you know, half the point of these videos is to create discussion, right? Anyway, like I said, let's get into it. Let's go to equipment info. So, Knight's Crescent, okay? This is the Nargacuga Swaxe. You knew Nargacuga was going to be here. We're talking about the 100% affinity build on weak points. Now, the cool thing about Nargacuga Swaxe is that you get poison for free. It's poison, along with having amazing affinity and decent slot and excellent sharpness. Like, this weapon is dummy strong. However, you only get access to poison after you get powered up, you know what I mean? So after you get your sword mode charged up and you start busting Phials all over the place, that's when you get the poison to really start flowing, you feel me? So yeah, this weapon's incredible. Yeah, and that's why it's here. So you're going to be able to get off poison procs as well as having 100% affinity on weak points of the monster, which is incredible. Okay, up next, Kaiser Crown. You knew this was going to be here. An incredible piece of armor if you're going for the critical style build. Crit I3, crit boost 1, threw on a speed sharpening, right? And you know speed sharpening here. Now we got the Juria Toda smell. Oh my god, the mudfish is useful for something? Yes, it is. This piece of armor has power prolonger 2 and evade extender 1 on it, off the rip. Good skills when it comes to using Swaxe, right? That way when you get into the sword charge up mode, you get to stay in it longer. So you're gonna be hitting those poison procs longer. You're gonna have more time to be busting off the ZSDs. So like, it's gonna be great. And there's less downtime when it comes to your sword mode. So you're always going to be charged up dealing those Phial damages, and you're always going to have ZSDs at the ready for a much longer time than you would if you didn't have power prolonger. So you're going to spend less time without and more time with. Love it, right? And on this, I think I gemmed in 2 speed sharpening and a stun resistance, right? Now stun resistance on a Swaxe build when you use ZSD is a little bit more important because ZSD has heavy armor, right? So if you go for the ZSD and you heavy armor through an attack, right? Let's say you got hit, and then you do the ZSD right after you wire bug up and do the ZSD, and then you heavy armor through an attack. If it's within the window where you get stunned, you would get stunned. You would fall off the monster and not do your ZSD, right? So you put on stun resist on your ZSD builds, on your builds that are going to be focused on using ZSD a lot, which should be all of them, because compressed discharges, kind of, so you don't get stunned out of a ZSD, you throw on stun resistance, right? Now, I like stun resistance as a skill, costs only 1 slot, it's really easy to fit onto a build, so I like using it anyway, but just heads up, on a Swaxe build where you're going to be doing a lot of ZSDs and heavy armoring through a lot of attacks, it's a little more important than most other weapons. Okay, up next, Val Strike Braces. You knew Val Strike Braces were going to be here. It's got the 2 Wex, 1 Dragon Heart, and a 2 slot. And on that 2 slot, I rounded out the rest of the power prolonger so that we got max power prolonger, so that we stay in charged up sword mode for as long as we need to, so we can ZSD whenever we want, however we want, right? And Wex, it's the best skill in the game. It's how you get 50% affinity on weak points. And the other point of Wex is coming soon, I believe. Yes, okay, Angie Coil is here again. Attack boost 2. I gemmed in a protective polish and 2 stun res, right? So We don't get stunned by getting hit twice anymore at all, so we can ZSD to our heart's content and heavy armor through hella attacks. Finished off the rest of the protective polish. No, I didn't. I'm getting ahead of myself. But got some protective polish on here as well, so that we can upkeep that white sharpness and cut through these master rank hides. Cool. Up next, the golden hakama. You knew the golden hakama was going to be here to round out the rest of the crit boost from the Kaiser crown, and then we got latent power for that little sprinkle of extra affinity on top when certain conditions are met. And then I gemmed in 2 poison attack decos because, you know, paired with the power prolonger, we're going to be in charged up sword mode for even longer, so we're going to get even more poison procs off as we hunt. Cool. And then my charm. This is going to be the talisman I'm going to be running for all of these builds because it's just too good. I have to use it. Rapid Morph 3, Evade Extender 2 with a 2 and a 1 slot. It's godlike charm. Do your best to get Rapid Morph on your Swich Axe builds, okay? I'm fortunate that I got this talisman that takes care of all my Rapid Morph needs, but if you don't have a charm this good, may I recommend a piece of armor. Now, instead of Kaiser crown, let's go to boom, the Almudron helmet. Oh my god, I hit that. Yeah, the Almudron helmet. It comes with 2 rapid morph and it has 2 slots. So, you know, this can take care of your rapid morph needs as well. You know, you can gem in 1 more rapid morph on there and another 2 slot skill. So, or if you get rapid morph somewhere else, you can gem in 2 slot skills. So this is a really good piece of armor if you're not fortunate to have a crazy godlike talisman when it comes to rapid morph. But you know, in my case, I lucked out, man. RNGesus answered my prayers and gave me this bad boy right here. And then on my 2 slot, I threw on the protective polish and another poison attack. Cool. So yeah, let's look at the chart view. Looking at the chart view, we've got Critical Eye 3, weapon comes with 40% affinity, so right here we're at 55%, paired with the max weakness exploit, 100% affinity on weak points, plus latent power sometimes, so yeah, we got hella affinity. We're going to always be busting off crits, and because of that, you want max crit boost, so that your crits do 1.4x damage instead of 1.25 like usual. Max poison attack, because this weapon comes with poison attack once your sword mode is charged up, and then greatly boosted duration weapons are powered up, so when you get that sword mode powered up, it stays on for way longer. You can do more ZSDs, you're gonna get more Phials busting, right? And you know, Phials in this game work on axe and sword mode, so it's a net positive. You're gonna be doing so much more damage. Evade Extender 3, teleportation jutsu right here, man. So when you're in sword mode and you got that slow walk going on, hell no, we got EE3, baby. Push the roll button, you're gonna be teleporting all over the place. Flying Raijin, 4th Hokage action in this point. You know what I'm saying? You know, flash step from Bleach, you know what I'm saying? Whatever anime is your prerogative. Whatever teleportation jutsu, instant transmission, all of that. That's Evade Extender 3 in this game. It's so strong. Stun res 3, so we don't get stunned anymore, so we can't get knocked out of our ZSD by taking 1 too many hits. I mean, you could just say, get good, I don't get hit anyway, but whatever. We put it on here just so we don't get knocked out of a ZSD, which has happened to me before. Cool. Max speed sharpening to go together with the level 2 protective polish, and then the 2 attack boosts come from the Angie coil, which you know, Engine Coil is like really good, like best in slot, right? But I wasn't able to get even more attack boosts on here, but with the poison attack and the power prolonger, I think you're gonna be fine. You're gonna make up for the damage, at least in the meantime, until you get like proper master rank gear, right? Because that's the point of these builds, is to kind of help you get through the first couple monsters in master rank if you choose to run Swaxe. Okay, so that is the 100% crit build. Okay. Moving right along. Ooh, baby, I got a special one for you. I really like this build, and let me tell you why. Alright, this right here, first of all, it's a Tigrex weapon. I like me the Tigrex weapons in this game. They got high ass raw, they go crazy. However, this Swich Axe has exhaust Phial, okay? What this means is when you get your sword mode powered up, those Phials that pop, you know, when you get them going, they're going to be exhaust Phials. So if you land them on the head, they're actually going to do KO damage. And then the monster's going to get all drooly and tired way more often than they would. So this is kind of like a pseudo hammer in a way. Right? So that's why I went with this, because it's super unique. Yeah, so you can almost play this like a hammer and, you know, go for the headshots and try to land as many KOs as possible. And then when your ZSDs go off on the head, pow, 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 all that KO damage, you know, finish it off with Soaring Wyvern Blade. Ooh, it's pretty potent. You're going to be hitting those KOs. And then we got White Sharpness. Now we got a little bit of negative affinity, which is, it's okay. You know, try to hit only weak points because, you know, we got Wex to help cancel out the negative affinity. And then high ass 220 raw. It's gonna be good to play with. It's gonna be good to play with. So let's go right into it. On the helmet, we got the Death Stench Brain. Comes with one protective polish, threw on another protective polish on there. And then Druria Mail makes its return again because the level 2 Power Prolonger plus the Evade Extender combo is just so damn strong. And then we took care of all of our speed sharpening needs with this one piece of armor by sliding it in right here. Boom, 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 because it's got 3 1 slots. Okay. Angie Van Braces are here. Anjanath Van Braces are here. They come with 2 Slugger and 2 attack boosts. Okay, and then they got a 1 slot on there, so it comes with a flinch free. Now the reason why we're running Slugger is because once again we've got these exhaust Phials, you know what I mean? And me being the hammer bro that I am, I'm always going for the head anyway. So once you get the sword mode unlocked, you're gonna be in sword mode longer with the Power Prolonger. Got some Slugger running on there too, so that KOs do come to you easier. Synergy, baby. Synergy, baby. You know what I'm saying? I think about these builds. I ain't just slapping stuff on there together. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Anjanath, Anjanath Coil is here once again. 2 attack boosts. This time I finished up the Slugger skill by sliding it in here. And then I got the 2 stun resistance so we don't get knocked out of the ZSDs by getting hit around a lot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then Arzuro's Greaves are here because of their wonderful slottage. You get a 3, 2, and a 1 slot on the Arzuro's Greaves, despite, you know, not having excellent defense. But I used this to get 2 Wex and a stun resist. And then on my talisman, once again, it is the Rapid Morph 3 Evade Extender 2 with the 2 and the 1 slot. And in the 2 and the 1 slot, I got Weakness Exploit and Stamina Thief to really hammer home the point. And this is all about the exhaust Phial. And it's almost like a hammer, sort of Swich Axe sort of thing going on. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. I love using it. It is really fun. It's really fun to use. And it really makes the hammer bro inside me, you know, light up like, yes, I can still get the KOs when I'm not swinging the hammer. Is it as good as a hammer in scoring KOs? Not really, but you could still do some damage with it and, you know, have fun. So looking at the table, I was able to get attack boost 4 for the 5% bonus on top, right? So, you know, with a weapon with this much raw, 5% bonus of 220 is going to be 11 plus raw plus 7 on top, 18 raw. Big jump from just the 9 for level 3. So if you can make it to level 4, get to level 4 so that you get that attack percent bonus, right? And this is probably going to get even more important in master rank because the attack bonuses are going to get bigger because the numbers are going to get bigger. Anyway, moving right along. Wex 3 is here, you know it's going to be here, to help deal with the negative affinity that comes with using a Tigrex weapon. Slugger 3 is here to help with the stun power so that you get even more KOs when your exhaust Phial is up. Evade Extender, mobility, you know why it's here. We already talked about it. Teleportation no jutsu, baby. That's why it's here. Stun res, can't get knocked out of a ZSD if you latch onto a monster and it does like a 1-2 attack. Think Diablos, right? Diablos, when it does the yee attack, right? If you're on the head and it does the yee, you just took 2 hits. You just heavy armor through 2 hits, and you're gonna fall off the monster and be like, oh my god. You're gonna be looking like a Mortal Kombat character waiting to get finished on. That ain't it, baby. That ain't it. Stun resist, right? Speed Sharpness 3 is here for you know, synergy with the protective polish so that we can upkeep the little white sharpness that we have until we grab a better master rank equivalent. Rapid Morph 3 is here because if you're using a Mighty Morphin weapon such as Charge Blade and Swich Axe, you're gonna have Rapid Morph 3. It's not a discussion. Use the Almudron helmet if you have to, and I'd wager to guess that the Master Rank Almudron and Magma Almudron sets are gonna have decent Rapid Morph as well. So, got even more options. Rapid Morph is not a discussion. You're gonna have it if you got a Mighty Morphin weapon. Cool. Power Prolonger 2, coming from the Druya. So I didn't manage to squeeze 3 on here. I probably could take off one of the sluggers and put it here, but I don't know. I really wanted to lean into the slugger and get more KOs. I'm a greedy hammer, bro. What can I say? So yeah, Power Prolonger here. You're gonna stay in sword mode longer so that you can, you know, get more KOs and, you know, get more Phials busting, right? Because when the Phials start busting, the monsters start dying. You feel me? Threw on a Stamina Thief because we do have Exhaust Phial, so it will work here. And Flinch Free 1 so that you can take this build online. Cool. So yeah, that is the Exhaust KO Swaxe build. Up next. Now, let's go to, let me pose up first. Hold on. Ooh, that joint glowing. Hold on, I like the way that thing glow. Hold on. Ooh. Hold on, it's looking heat. Yes. Okay. Now this right here. Let's go to equipment info. Now, another poison build, right? We got 2 poison builds in one. But really the focus of the first build was 100% affinity, right? This one, I specifically wanted to make a Power Phial build, okay? Now the reason why I wanted to make a Power Phial build is in base Rise, you almost never use Power Phial. Why? Because it takes so much longer to build up your sword gauge, right? In fact, let's go to the training area right now. Let me show you. Let me actually show you. Let me show you. All right, so looking at the sword gauge, right? Boom, boom, boom. Look at how long this is taking, right? And when you use your A button moves in sword mode, those are supposed to be the moves that like build up your meter the most. Look at how long this is taking. Still not there, okay? Bow. Okay, boom. Just made it to charged up sword mode, right? Now, you know, the sword is charged. I got the energies going through it. Now when I, you know, swing, I'm gonna get the Phials busting, right? Cool. And now this is on power mode, okay? This is Power Phial mode. Let's switch to another Swaxe. Let's go to my KO Swaxe. All right, bet. Starts in the same place, right? So look how much faster I'll be able to get sword mode here. Boom, boom. Wow, look at that. I almost got it after one of those combos. I did like 3 combos for the boom. Already got it. You know what I mean? So now the Phials will be busting and they do exhaust damage, right? Cool. Now, for this reason alone, many people who use Swaxe just did not go for Power Phials, right? Because they just took too long to charge and you never got the opportunity to do like ZSDs and, you know, compressed discharges and, you know, your super attacks that come with having a charged up sword mode, right? Now, because of that, most people just shied away from using Power Phial Swaxes, right? Now, this is going to change in Sunbreak. I saw the new counter move that Swaxe gets gives you instant sword mode if you land it, okay? So if you get good at using that move, you're not gonna have a problem building up sword mode. You're not gonna need focus anymore. And the fact that Power Phial takes forever to charge up doesn't matter anymore. You get instant max sword when you land a counter. Excuse me. So with that being said, I wanted to make a Power Phial build that's gonna take advantage of this new counter, because it doesn't matter anymore that you know, the Power Phials take forever to get. So now we can have Power Phial mode up for way longer than we used to if you just get used to countering attacks. So that's the reason why I selected this Swaxe. And also, it's a poison Swaxe. You can poison monsters, you're gonna get extra damage, you're gonna get the poison ticks going. Poison works on every monster, everything. You can bring this to any fight, really. So yeah. And then I managed to squeeze out a sliver of white with strategic use of handicraft which is going to be good for cutting through those master rank hides. So really, it's just the perfect right place, right time Swich Axe for this kind of build. Okay, so let's talk about it. The slots on this, it comes with a 3-in-1 slot. In the 3 slot, I have a handicraft jewel. Why won't it show me? Yeah, I have a handicraft jewel, and then I got the stun res jewel for the same reason I talked about before. You won't get knocked off a monster doing a ZSD if they do like a quick two attacks in a row, right? As you're heavy armoring through them. So with that being said, protective polish is a must here. So got the Death Stench Brain on deck again with more protective polish gemmed in. The Azure Age Haori is here, okay? And it's here because it comes with 1 point of weakness exploit, and it has a good 2 slot, so I threw in the protective polish to finish it up. Rathalos Braces are here because they have 2 attack boost, and they come with a 2 slot. In that 2 slot, I gemmed in a weakness exploit. And Janath Coil is here for another 2 more points in attack boost, getting us to that coveted level 4, you know, that you want to have at least. And then another weakness exploit is on here, rounding out the skill to get max Wex, and then 2 more speed sharpening to really, you know, help upkeep this sliver of white that we got. And then Hunter Greaves S for 2 more points of attack boost, another point, or a point, excuse me, in power prolonger, and a point in stun resistance. Cool. So power prolonger so that we can hold on to that that power Phial sword mode for even longer after we land that counter, right? And then the same charm as always, rapid morph 3, evade extender 2, threw on another power prolonger and finished up speed sharpening here. So yeah, once we land those counters, man, we're gonna be in sword mode for a long time. And as soon as it wears out, go for the counter again. And I mean, like, going for a counter, it's a nice defensive and offensive maneuver at the same time. So we're going to be doing it quite a lot. I wonder if it refreshes your sword mode if you already have sword mode. If that's going to be the case, sword mode uptime is going to be 100%. Like, once we get good at landing this counter, you're never going to stop, right? And even though, like, standing in the counter stance is going to drain your sword gauge, right? Like, you see how, like, my sword gauge goes down every time I swing the sword, right? But then we have this move right here, and now the sword gauge doesn't go down. So if you get in this mode and then hold the counter stance, will my sword gauge still not go down? You feel me? Hold on, let me see. It's pretty short. It's pretty short duration that you have unlimited sword gauge, but it will really help in landing the counter. I mean, look at this. All this swinging I'm doing and no sword gauge going down. So between that and the new counter and the power Phial and all of the things kind of coalescing into, you know, good news for Swaxe, I wanted to make this build with power Phial, even though we never really use power Phial in base rise because it takes a while to get to sword mode. Okay, looking at the chart, so we got attack boost 6. Yeah, it's it's really good. Attack boost 6 is really good. Comes with 8% extra attack and another 9 raw on top. Just, oh yeah, to really help with the lower attack of this weapon, because I think it has 198 attack. So this is gonna, you know, boost you way over 200, probably like 198. Not quite 19, so probably like 17 plus 9, 20, 25. We'll call it a 25 raw boost, you know, for a quick mass, you know what I'm saying? So 25 raw boost, which is going to take you to, what, just above 220. So comparable to the Tigrex Swaxe, but has more affinity. Good, and poison. Even better. But no KOs, though. Max weakness exploit is here, you know that. Protective polish is here, speed sharpening is here, rapid morph is here. All on deck, max, right? Power prolonger 2 to help keep that sword mode up, because it is gonna be a little bit more of a rarity. Even if you get really good at landing the counters, you're gonna want to, you know, stay in sword mode and keep those Phials busting as long as possible, right? Constitution 2 is kind of leftovers from the Azure Age Haori, the chest that had the weakness exploit and the 2 slot available for the protective polish. Evade extender 2 just comes with the charm. 2 is still very good. I mean, it ain't quite, you know, oh my god, omega teleportation jutsu, but it's still gonna help with the mobility problems that comes with sword mode. So rather than walking around like this, you can just roll. Look how far you cover with a roll, right? So that's the point of that. and then go back to the table. So yeah, evading center 2, stun resistance 2. So we're not gonna completely prevent stuns, right? And like, if you really wanted to, you could probably take off a point of speed sharpening and put on stun resistance if you value it a little bit more than I do. But you know, it is what it is. So if you get knocked off of a monster doing a ZSD, you're only gonna get 10% of the stun, right? So you can wiggle your way out of it and get right back to attacking. Cool. Back to the chart. I don't know why I closed it. And then one handicraft coming from the Swaxe itself, because it has a 3 slot, right? And that's how we got that tiny bit of white. Look, it's almost up from me barely hitting. There it is. I had 1 hit left. So yeah, those are 3 Swich Axe builds you should consider heading into Sunbreak. As always, comment down below. Tell me how I did with these builds. Tell me if you're gonna steal any of them, if you're gonna try any of them out. Let me know. The whole point of this is to create healthy discussion and talk about building armor sets and building armor sets and fully gemming them out, and talk about what's worth it more than the other, comfort skills, blah 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 blah. Yeah, comments down below. I'll respond to every single comment that hits this video, and don't forget to vote in the poll for the next weapon. Okay, you guys voted on Swaxe last time, so that's why we're here doing it. And subscribe and like on your way out. But as always, people, happy hunting. Peace.